Merry Christmas, church. It's Christmas Eve, and we are so excited that you could join us. We have been planning for a while our in-person services, and the last few weeks have changed some of that, we know, for some of you to be with us live here tonight. And so as a last-minute pivot, what we decided to do was have this service for you, and we weren't able to kind of record some songs, but we are using some of our songs from last year, and then we are going to reveal through our teaching today the end of the story for our Inspire project that we did back in October. And remember the purchasing transportation, helping someone else with transportation. We're going to share a little bit about that here today and tie it into this idea of God using dreams and Christmas dreams and Joseph's dream, and that dreams do come true, and you might be a part of someone else's dream coming true. And so sit back, relax, and join us as we explore the Christmas story.
I'm Christina Norton, and I'm 25 years old, and I'm a mom of 3 kids. I live in Kemptville, Ontario. Many people don't know that there are hundreds of homeless people in Leeds and Grenville. A lot of them are located in Brockville. Recently, I've been making them care packages and giving them out to them, and then that led to smaller care packages for the methadone clinic to hand out and the Employment and Education Center. And then after that, then I decided I wanted to make a whole bunch of Christmas baskets for them. So I teamed together with the community and with a friend to put on a Christmas lunch for them in Brockville, where they will get the Christmas baskets. The community has helped a lot with donations for them. There's been lots of people who have given monetary donations, so money or gift cards, and my house actually became like overflowed with donations of things like deodorant and socks and gloves and cellophane wrapping paper and stuff like that. So actually the church let us use a room here so my house isn't full of this stuff. So my kids can still play now. And then also the young adults are going to help wrap baskets tonight. And then Glow, the Southgate ladies, are going to help on Wednesday as well. I think a lot of people want to know why I ended up wanting to help the homeless. And I was homeless myself about 4 years ago, and I struggled with things like addiction and suicide attempts. I also lost my oldest daughter during that time, mostly because of the suicide attempts, but I ended up becoming homeless. And I remember how horrible it is to be alone and heartbreakingly sad, and just how like you need that little bit of love, even though everyone at the time kind of hates you and sees you as a failure, and you see yourself like that as well. So I remember how sweet it was for someone to come up and like help me with anything, like hot chocolate or being able to go into the church and warm up a little bit, and all the people that took care of my daughter at the time. I ended up getting out of it, and I have my daughter and 2 other kids now, thanks to God and the community and the church and my grandparents and my family. But since then I've wanted to use all of those horrible, sad feelings and have God use me for good in other people's lives and give them a little bit of happiness, if I can. If I had one dream out of all of it, then even if I could just help one person feel God's love and be able to come out of that deep sadness, then I'd be quite happy with that.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Yes, Yes, dreaming of a white Christmas. Looks like we got it. And Christmas time is a time where we dream. I mean, we're all dreaming about something. Maybe it's the present that's underneath the tree that you are hoping that you get. Maybe it's the electronic gift that you hope grandma bought you. Maybe it's rekindling an old relationship that is kind of no longer a part of your life. Maybe it's that you dream about Christmas pasts and what they used to be like. Maybe it's dreaming about people that you miss. Maybe it's dreaming about a better financial picture than in 2022 than it was in 2021. Maybe it's that you're dreaming for peace and quiet. Maybe it's that you are dreaming that you would get healing from a doctor or the diagnosis that you got. Maybe it's that your family would reconcile. We are all dreaming of something, and Christmas time is a time where we dream. And as I focus in on the story of Jesus, the birth of Jesus, and Mary and Joseph, I'm thinking about a young couple who would also have dreams. Dreams as they dreamed about their future together, what the future would hold, what life would be like as they dreamed of their engagement. In fact, they were engaged. Engagement back in those days, traditionally in Jewish culture, is that you would legally get married, but really it would kind of be like we would think about engagement. So they would legally be married, but they wouldn't live together for about a year. And so there's a year's worth of time where they're legally married, but they're actually not living together in the same household. And so when we hear about Mary and Joseph in Matthew's gospel, they are engaged, but they're not really living together. And I guess that they would both be dreaming about housemaking and setting up the living room and what their house would be like and how they're going to decorate. They're dreaming about time they're going to spend together. They're dreaming about their family of the future, maybe how many kids they're going to have and what their kids are going to grow up doing and instilling in them the values of the Jewish traditions and rituals and faith and raising their kids up to be good people and to watch them mature. They're dreaming, and Mary and Joseph have dreams and hopes about what the future is going to be like. Like most couples, they've started to dream about their life together. Right, hey church, with our Open Road series, we decided to take on an Inspire project, and we announced it this past week. And so do you want to, what are we trying to do here?
Well, we're trying to work with somebody to kind of help them out with their transportation needs. We're looking at what that might mean as far as giving a car away.
Yeah, and so we decided the car, we got it. We decided which car we're going to give away, and it's right here behind us. And so it's a nice red,
Ben,
it's a red Jetta.
This is my car.
Which was generously donated by Kevin.
No, we're not giving this car away. This is my car. This is my car.
So we don't know exactly what this is going to look like, but we wanted to bless someone and kind of do something as a family, as a church family, and to honor God and help a family out. And so we would invite you to give generously. This is a secondary kind of offering that we're taking, and you can text to give if you want. You can give.
We would be able to sponsor a bicycle. And last week, if you were here, you would have heard that we are a little bit beyond that. So today we are at $26,484 to be able to bless a family in our community with a vehicle and oil changes for a year and some gas gift cards. So there's still time if you want to be part of this.
Hello,
Hello, my name is Ann Farbo, and I've been coming to Southgate Community Church for the past 3 years, albeit within the COVID limitations. But the Sunday that it was announced that for our year-end project we were going to provide a vehicle or transportation for somebody, it just really sparked something inside of me. Earlier in September, I had sold my home in Ottawa, and for a handsome profit. And I knew that I had to give back to God for having blessed me in this way, or actually blessed my husband and I. My husband, David, is in long-term care because of his Parkinson's, and he no longer can drive. And so as a tribute for him, I wanted to make a gift to help somebody else have the ability to drive. And my husband definitely had the gift of giving. It says in Romans 12, verse 6 and 8, it says to give generously. And so that's what I hope to do, is to be able to provide a gift to someone who needed transportation.
I'm Lori Stenford.
And I'm Ben Stenford, and we've been going to Southgate for about 5 years now, and we have 4 kids.
The main reason for us wanting to give, from my perspective anyways, is that we were able to. We have had a dream over the last 13 years for ourselves of starting our own business, and that's given us incredible blessings, and we just felt that we were able to give back because of that dream that we had, and we were just, wanting to give back for someone else's.
And part of why we love giving is sometimes we were on the receiving end of giving, and for us, at times we really needed it in our life, and some of it was a surprise.
God has given us so much, and I do love that it was kind of like a surprise or like a secret. Like no one really knew what we were giving for, but it was just really awesome to be able to get together and see how much we could raise. And I think it's just phenomenal that we were able to do that. And I love that through us, God has helped someone's dream come true. And it's just truly amazing that we were able to be part of it.
And so the story takes a odd turn when Joseph finds out something that is incredibly wrong with this situation. I mean, the dreams that Mary and Joseph had, the times they spent talking about the future, it was coming crashing down. You see, Mary had told him that she was pregnant. And Joseph knew that he wasn't the father, and this is potentially huge. This is a huge scandal in their day, in their time. I mean, traditionally, what would take place if a wife was found to be with child before the couple lived together, the tradition was that she was brought out and publicly stoned to death. Joseph was bewildered. He was confused. And sometimes dreams, they bring about confusion. You don't really understand what is taking place. You don't really know why the situation is happening the way it is. What is going on with this story, the dreams that I had? And they're confusing. And maybe you feel like you have a dream that it's not really realized yet. It's a dream you thought you had, but it's not coming true, and you keep having setbacks, and it seems like every step you take 2 steps back. Maybe you dream about getting healthy. Maybe you dream about a wayward child coming home for Christmas. Maybe you dream about a marriage being restored. Maybe you dream about getting a new job. Maybe you dream about better finances. Maybe you dream about not being so lonely anymore. Joseph relates. Joseph knows exactly how you're feeling. He knows what you're going through. He doesn't know why Mary would do this to him. I mean, they had this plan. They had this story to tell. They had these big dreams. What about their future? And we pick up the story here in the book of Matthew, drawing your attention to verse 1, or chapter 1, verse 20. Here's what it says. But after he had considered this, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary home as your wife, because what is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins. See, something is taking place here. Experts say that everyone has dreams, that everyone experiences dreams as they sleep, and you don't remember all the dreams that you have, but every single person does dream. It's called REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. This is the time that you dream every night, and you're more likely to have a dream during that period than any other time that you are asleep. Your dreams last anywhere from a few seconds to all the way to 30 minutes long. And experts say that you can have anywhere, even if you don't remember them, you typically have between 3 to 5 dreams every single night. When you wake up, you might not realize it, but you have had several dreams. Again, the problem is the recall. How did that dream really go? What exactly took place in that dream? Sometimes they're very vivid and you remember the whole thing. My kids, when they dream, sometimes it gets pretty interesting. I mean, sometimes you can carry on a conversation with my kids as they're sleeping. They sleep talk. Sometimes my kids sleepwalk, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're not. Then they're talking gibberish, and they're not making any sense. Or sometimes they're angry, or sometimes they're laughing, or all kinds of different things that I catch my kids doing in the middle of the night as they are sleeping. They're dreaming, and they're walking, or they're talking. And we dream as a means of our subconscious trying to make sense of events that happened throughout our day. Something's going on in our consciousness. And while we are doing things, the difficulties, the problems that we encounter throughout our day, dreams are a way that our mind is trying to make sense of it. Sometimes we go through really difficult periods of our lives and we have reoccurring dreams that try to deal with those issues. At other times we get weird and messed up, bizarre dreams, and you might have eaten a pizza with a whole bunch of jalapenos on it the night before, or maybe you ate a whole bunch of peanut butter or something like that, and you have these crazy weird dreams at night, and you'll get some kind of response. Dreams are something that we all have, whether we know them or not, whether we like them or not. It's something that we all face.
My name's Brittany Ernst. I work as an accountant and I live in Vars. Chrissy and I met probably 4 years ago at Southgate's Young Adults group. She was just starting to come at that point. At the beginning, we just kind of connected. She was new to the group, and I reached out to her, and then found out that she was a single mom, and we connected on that level. I was able to come alongside her kids and get to know her kids and her in that capacity, and then yeah, just kind of God grew that from there. So Chrissy's a single mom, like I mentioned. She's got 3 beautiful kids. Ruth is 7, Teddy's 3, and Rosie's 1. And as a mom, she needs space to be able to drive her kids around to various things. She right now has a small car, and a van will be a huge blessing to her. Chrissy's a very generous person. She loves to give to other people. She's actually currently working on a homeless ministry, as she herself was homeless several years ago. She's grown and been able to overcome a lot, and she wants to be able to bless other people with that and provide hope to other people with that as well.
Hi, we're the Lewises, Chris and Rick.
Hi, we are Chrissy's grandparents. We've seen Chrissy go through a lot in her life, and a few years ago she was down and out, and she'd lost her daughter, and she's come so far since then. She's been through several programs. She's completed her high school education and graduated, and she's done 1 year of college until COVID hit, and she's planning to go back in the fall. She could finish up her dream of becoming a counselor for mental wellness and drug addiction.
The drug addiction and mental wellness is something she is extremely passionate about. She was on the streets for a period of time during her younger years, addicted to drugs, and now she has been able to get herself out of that situation, and she wants to get back to those that are in there right now.
We feel that Chrissy needs a new van. We know she's been looking for one, but at the present time can't afford one. She needs more space. Right now, the children are pretty crowded in the car, and with this new ministry of hers, she just doesn't have the space to transport items down to Brockville or wherever she's going to distribute them.
And so we know that God uses dreams. He sometimes uses dreams to talk to us. And he did that all throughout the Bible. You can see it in the Old Testament. You can see it in the New Testament. He uses dreams for specific purposes. And many times it's to bring some clarity from our confusion. The things that we struggle with, we're not making sense of, these dreams we thought we had, the things that we long to fulfill in our lives. Sometimes God brings clarity in the midst of confusion. And we pick up the story here in verse 22. It reads like this: all of this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. You see, the clarity Joseph gets here, this dream that he has, that God speaks to him in the midst of the confusion to bring clarity, it's to give him reassurance that this was all part of God's plan. This was something that was planned out all along, that God was working behind the scenes to fulfill something great, to tell a story that was not yet finished, the story that he was continuing to write, that he was going to do something absolutely amazing, something never seen in history of mankind before, something that they would have the honor of being a part of. And the same is true for you. Christmas is about hope. It's about hope in the midst of hopelessness. It's about dreaming of what could be. It's a time when we can reprioritize our lives and take a time to look at how we're living and what we're doing to reevaluate the purpose of what we do. Christmas is a time to gain clarity that God is working behind the scenes, that he is telling a story that we fully don't understand, but sometime we will gain clarity. The fulfillment of these dreams that we get to be a part of will take place, will happen. It's an amazing opportunity when you gain clarity from the confusion. And when you fully understand, when you get this clarity about God's plan, then you can better cooperate with what he wants to do in your life. You can work together with God to fulfill these dreams, these desires, these seeds, these longings, these things that he has for you. We pick up the story in verse 24. It reads like this: when Joseph woke up, he did what the angel of the Lord had commanded him and took Mary home as his wife, but he did not consummate their marriage until she gave birth to a son, and he gave him the name Jesus. And you know why he gave him the name Jesus? You know why he took Mary to be his wife? You know why he continued down the road even though he felt like he was betrayed? Because the dream that he had was a relief to him. giving him the clarity on what he actually needed to do to cooperate with this story that God was telling through his life. He woke up from the dream, it says. He woke up suddenly from this dream, and it was a good dream. I mean, when God gives you a dream, when he speaks to you in a dream, it's usually a pretty good thing, right? It's an amazing experience that you have. But listen to the phrase that it says, when Joseph woke up. That is, Joseph woke up from the dream, not just from sleeping. He woke up from the dream. And you know, that's always the problem when you have a good dream, right? It's waking up. You ever had that experience? I mean, you're sleeping and you're having like the best dream of your life. And somehow all your problems are solved and you're going on the adventure of a lifetime. And then in my case, one of my kids might wake me up in the middle of it. Or maybe in your case, you just kind of get startled or you hear a creak in the house or something. You wake up in the middle of a dream that you just loved. You wanted to finish the dream out. And you might say, you know what? I just got to get back in that dream. I just got to fall asleep again. Just 10 more minutes and I can finish this dream. I can get back in there. And it's so good. I want to see how the story ends. I've done that. And a few occasions I've gotten right back into it. I got right back into the dream that I was having. And it's really awesome when that happens. And Joseph, he wakes up and he wakes up being and feeling refreshed. And he's going, I am humbled. I am so humbled to be a part of what God is doing. This incredible plan that God is writing, that he had all along. And so Joseph takes Mary, probably in maternity clothes at this point. He finds a rabbi, they get married, and they go through the marital ceremony, and they embark on their trip to Bethlehem. And in that silent night, in that stable, all was calm and all was bright. In that stable, a dream came true. And yours can too. He's not done. And he's working behind the scenes, using people like us to make dreams come true.
Hi, I'm Courtney from BD Dodge. Southgate has approached us to help provide transportation for somebody in our community who's doing great things.
Well, we want to support what you're doing, and I think what you've done is really great work, and we're proud of you, and I know it's been a long road for you, and kind of getting the burden like we talked about, feeling God giving you that burden of helping people out and providing and whatever, and it's coming from a place that you've been, and we wanted to help you to continue to support that, and we wanted to bless you, and so we do have a surprise for you. And and so it's gonna come around the corner here, and so we can look over here, and we'll check out what we have for you. And we have come together, and we have bought you a minivan.
light in the darkness, here and now. Oh, for the hopeless Emmanuel. Here and now, you kept your promise. Here and now, you proved it for us, Emmanuel. Emmanuel. Miracle of miracles, the King has come to dwell with us, the Son of God, the great I am. The King has come to dwell with us. Yes, the King has come to dwell with us. The angels sing the highest of praises, the heavens ring the song of salvation, Emmanuel. Oh, Emmanuel. Miracle of miracles, the King has come to dwell with us, the Son of God, the great I am. The King has come to dwell with us. Yes, the King has come to dwell with us. Hope is alive. Hope is alive. Hope is alive forever. Oh, Jesus is here. My Jesus is here. Hope is alive forever. Hope is alive. Hope is alive. Hope is alive forever. Oh, Jesus is here. Yeah, Jesus is here. Now hope is alive forever. Miracle of miracles, the King has come to dwell with us. He's the Son of God. He is the great I am. Oh, Jesus has come to dwell with us. Miracle of miracles. Yeah, the King has come to dwell with us. The Son of God. He is the great I am. Oh, Jesus has come to dwell with us. Yes, the King has come to dwell with us. Oh, Jesus has come to dwell with us.
Sad